UK independent demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm just going to load you up on my iPad so I can chat along with you all. Hope you've all had a good weekend. Let me know what you've been up to. Would help if I had pressed the right button on my iPad. It's now just decided to go back to its home screen. Honestly. The thing is if I load it up before I come online, it stays on the front screen and doesn't actually change to the new video. So if you just think I'm being unorganised every week, I actually just can't get it set up beforehand. Hiya Karen, hope you're okay. Right, so today I'm making a card. This one I've actually for my mum to give to my nan. It's my nan's 90th birthday on Friday. So I've made this card for her. Karen, can you let me know, is the video coming through okay? It seems to have frozen on my iPad. And I'm hoping it's okay. Online, just let me know if you can see. It just seems to be a donut on my iPad and I'm hoping it's working okay. Ah, brilliant. Okay. Yeah, so I've made this for my mum to give to my nan on Friday. And I thought I would show you something that I've learned quite recently. And it's how to actually make your own shadow to go behind the dies. So normally I would die cut these out and cut round it. But I actually learned something by watching someone on Instagram this week. No, not this week, last week. I can't remember who it was. And they did this and I thought that's a good idea. I'm going to remember that. So I will show you. I've used the Woodland Wonder stamp set for the happy birthday and the playful dies for the actual shape. And I've actually used the True Love paper here in the background. So I have fussy cut that out. Let me show you the actual sheet. It's a full sheet of 12 by 12 and it's stunning. Really nice. It's gorgeous to cut, but it's also really nice to blend. And then the background is this geometric pattern, which you'll see I've actually used on the side of the paper here. So, I mean, this is my sheet that I've currently been working on for projects and I've just been cutting through it. So I have already cut my piece. I thought you don't want to sit there and watch me fussy cut it. So I have already cut it for the background and I've cut it as fine to the line as I could, almost. So let me show you how I did this. And as I've only got one card to make, for my nan's birthday in this style, I'm actually going to do hello in the next card. So I've got my playful alphabet dies. These are great. Let me show you why I love them. This is like made for me because I lose things. I get them all out, put them around, lose them, and then can't remember which ones I've lost. So the fact that these are already on this sheet so I can see which ones I've already took, so useful for me. Okay, so what you want to do is you want a piece of scrap cardstock, whether that's scrap Whisper White, or just if you've got some scrap copy paper. And you want to pop your dies onto here. Next to each other. Now you can put a strip of seal on if you wanted to, just to stick them down, up to you. I'm going to maneuver around my hands and then complain and say I should have actually stuck it down. Okay, and then you want a pencil as well. Now I'm actually going to be doing this on black, so if you had a white gel pen you could do this straight onto your black card. I don't have one, so I'm using my pencil on white and I'm going to do it first on white and then on the black. So let me show you. You want to hold down all of your dies and then you, with your pencil up, you want to just go around them. This will create a very slight outline. Okay. See, told you, sometimes sticking them down was a good idea. Don't be lazy like Helen and not stick them down. And once you've finished going around the one, you can move it out. Go around the next one. But you do want to make sure that they're touching. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it around and do it this side now. And then I'm just going to do the top bit. There's my E. And there's my final L. So you've kind of got the shadow around your dies. And then you just want to cut around that. It's very simple. Might be more complicated if you're using more awkward letters. The M-O-M earlier was dead simple because they all sort of was the same height really. And this H-E-L-L-O is going to work out quite easy as well. Okay. Hiya Suzanne, hope you're okay. Hiya Colleen. Sorry you didn't get a notification. Did it pretty much the same as always. Oh, but I know what I am doing. I'm trying to upload a couple of videos onto my channel. So I've spent the morning filming a few midweek videos today. And I tried to put them all to upload. And you know, they've been uploading for the past couple of hours. And before I was due to come on, about 20 minutes before I was due to come on, it said I had 20 minutes left. So I thought, oh, I'll just hit that in time. And then about 5 minutes before I come on, it still said I had 20 minutes left. So not doing too good there. So once you've got your hello cut out, I'm going to stick it onto my basic black. So to do this, you want to stick it the wrong way round in effect. Where you'd normally turn it over and stick it down to stick it on, you want to stick it under. So you stick all of that on the wrong way. And then stick it underneath the black cardstock. Does that look weird or what? And then you're going to chop around it. I'm just using it as a template. Like I said, if you had a white gel pen or a chalk marker or something like that, you could have easily just done it straight onto the black, but I didn't, so. Hi Aniki, hope you're okay. It's actually a birthday card for my mum to give to my nan. It's my nan's 90th birthday on Friday. So they've changed the rules here now for care homes, and 2 members of the family can go and see a member in a care home now. So both my mum and my brother have have snagged spaces. It's so annoying because there's 3 of us in our family, my mum, my brother and me. And by saying 2, it's just such a shame. So Mum and David have managed to get a half-hour slot to go and see her for her birthday. So I'm in charge of creating cards. So jealous as well. I'd love to see her. So I'm just going to carry on cutting this out. And you could make any words with this. Now, I know a lot of our stamps and die sets that we've got sort of forever and always, they have the wording in and they have an outline that you can go with it. But for ones that you're missing, this is just a really simple way to get the same effect. And there's your shadow. Dead simple. So now I'm just going to run these through my mini cut and emboss machine. I know, fell in love with it. I hadn't used it before I moved in here because, you know, it was wrapped so nicely when it came that I just didn't want to sort of hurt it. Now I've started using it. Love it. So, and it fits so perfectly for my videos. I don't have to turn around to you all now and say, I'll be back in a few minutes when I've just die cut this out. So, very chuffed. Okay. H E L L O. And also, I've been saving these little O's from out the L because I figured at one point I'm going to just do a circle card and I'm going to need those little circles. So never throw stuff away, crafters. So now I can just turn these over and whip them onto my card. And it should leave, because you put the pencil up to go around them, it should leave just a very, very slight outline gap. I'd go one end and work your way in. You could also tailor this to do it any colour you wanted. So you could have any colour background or any colour at the front. You could even have rainbow letters with a solid background. Or you could do it for individual letters as well. Hello. So there we are. I'm just going to pop that to the side just to dry. And while that's drying, I'll show you how to put the rest of the card together, because it is really quite simple. I've used the sentiment from Woodland Wonder, as I said, that says happy birthday, but you could put any sort of sentiment onto this. It's really up to you. And I've just heat embossed that on. So I'm just going to grab some basic black. My embossing buddy. My Versamark. There we go. And I've got some scrap paper somewhere. The videos I was doing earlier that I said I was trying to upload, they've all been using heat embossing today. I feel it's my technique of the day. I've done it so much. Right, so white embossing powder. Can you tell I've also been using the hydrangea set? Love the hydrangea set, by the way. Didn't think I would. Didn't order it. My mum ordered it and I still couldn't borrow it for a video. She's not getting it back. So I'm just going to put the heat tool on. So if you've got me on loud, just turn me down a little bit. There we go. And pop the lid on that quickly before I knock it everywhere. So, oh, Aniki, you're not okay? No, I'll message you after. Yeah, the mini cut and emboss machine, it's just changed things. My Big Shot's sitting a little bit unloved and unused at the moment. So there's my hello. There's my happy birthday. I've already got my cut piece. I also did myself a little, there we are. I'd pre-cut, so from the side of this, as I've been cutting these out, some of the flowers actually go into the side, so you only get half flowers rather than full flowers. So what I've actually done is not used that bit, and I've cut myself strips for the side of the card instead, because it is a really nice pattern on the other side. So these are ones that I only had half of a flower of rather than the full flower. So, you know, sort of took it from there or took it from there. And I've managed to get myself a little strip out. So this is 3.5 centimetres by 10 centimetres. This here is 10 centimetres by 14.35 centimetres. So it will just fit onto there quite nicely. Yeah, the adhesive sheets or the foam adhesive sheets are great for the alphabet dies. However, because I wanted it to sit flat on the background, I just used my Tombow. I would have used my multi-purpose liquid glue, but for some reason I seem to get into a real mess when I use that. I think it's because I think that it's a really thin nib. My fine tip pen. Because it's fine tip, I think, oh, I'm not going to get into a mess. And then I squish it out too much, and believe it or not, I end up with more glue on my project when I use that than when I use Tombow. So it's not the glue's fault, it's my fault. Okay, so I've just stuck that onto the left of the card, and then I'm just going to pop those on like that, and I'm going to put a bit of twine on it as well. So this is the black and white twine from the Playful Pets bundle. So there's 2 ribbons you get in that bundle. There's this one and there's this one. Can you tell which is my favourite? I know. It's I just love that twine. I think it's amazing. I use it on so many projects. I'm going to end up with about 4 or 5 rolls of that red ribbon because I keep using this and we'll need to keep buying more. So I'm going to run this across the card. So I'm sure you've seen me do this 100 odd times. It's just about an inch longer on each bit. And I'm just going to grab my seal. Run a bit on the front, which will be covered up by the detail. and then a bit on the back. Twine is really easy to hang straight because if you just do it like that, it will hang straight. Whereas ribbon, I know it goes off to the side. You have to do it on your grid paper. But I find twine, if you just hold it up the wrong way and it falls, it will fall pretty much straight. So then it's easy to work out where you want the glue on the back of the card. Okay, for the back of the card, I've got a piece, or I did have a piece, but I don't know where I put it. This is the problem now. Before, I could never find things because I was in a small space and I was unorganised. Now I've got a big space, I lose things because I don't know where I'm going to put them. So let me just cut myself another card base. But you want a card base of basic black. So I'm just cutting and scoring it. After saying I didn't have to do anything off screen, now I've got my mini cut and emboss machine, I've had to cut my card. There we go. So then I can just stick that straight onto there. So, yep, talcum powder works really good for an embossing buddy, and I'm sure I've mentioned it like a million times, but I keep these brushes. Now, Janice Thompson from Jazzle Dazzle Crafts told me the actual proper name for these. I call them fan brushes, but apparently it's a proper name. And if you've used a talcum powder, then just brush it back off again, because sometimes if you leave the actual powder, you don't get a very fine print, but just pop it on and then brush it off, and that works just as well as the embossing buddies. And Audrey, swap for the succulents she took. Yes, she stole my succulents. Used to be okay when we used to live together, all this pilfering of craft supplies, but now it's like 40 minutes to pop over there and get them back. So I'm just popping some dimensionals onto the back here. I've popped a few more than I'd normally pop on something this size, but because it's DSP, it's thinner than our cardstock, so I do want it to stay popped up. So I'm just popping that over there. Nikki, oh, are you on a list for an operation for your back? I hope you don't have to wait too long. I find that too with the glue. Any advice? Not overly. What I do is I now store my fine tip glue pen upside down. And then when I open it, which is going to take me a bit of time now to do, the glue's already at the end. So all I need to do is just apply it, and then I don't even have to push on the bottom. You'll see it started to come out already. Before, when I used to store it the right way up, I then used to be waiting for the glue and actually squish the bottle. So this way it stops me from squishing the bottle. And I do find that helps. But I think I'm just a bit heavy-handed is the problem. So pop my hello on there. I'm going to pop it a bit higher than I popped them on because I do want to cover the twine. So I'm going to be popping it up there. And a couple of dimensionals will do that. So one on top of the O and one on top over here. And I've put it over to this side so that I can put it this side of the flowers. I don't want to have anything on here, otherwise it's going to stick too high above the flowers. There we go. Then for my embossed bit, just going to take a little strip of dimensionals from around the side. Oh, didn't cut that as well as I did cut it. Ah, good minds with the paintbrush, Aniki. Colleen, does your mother miss you not being at home to craft with her? Yeah, I think so. And do you know what? I miss her as well. I think crafting is such a social hobby. When I've made something, I like to show someone to say, do you like this? Or look what I've done. And it is a real sociable hobby, isn't it? It's why I like now I've got into doing lives. I like it because I can chat along while crafting. Sometimes crafting on your own is a bit lonely. So I miss her while I'm crafting. And I haven't asked her, but I'm hoping she misses me. Fingers crossed she does. Yeah, you've had like an extra wave over there, haven't you? I hope you I hope this COVID just goes away. Really do. And that you're able to get some sort of relief. Are they giving you any antibiotics or anything? So glue dot on there. And there we go. To finish it off, I've got the rhinestone basic jewels and my matte black dots. So I'm just popping those across the bottom, a proper monochrome card. When I started it, I was going to colour my flowers, but I just really liked how it ended in the end. So just get myself a bit more putty. So it's really funny. I found out probably in November, I watched a video from Dana Renko, and I'd been using the take a pic tool that way to put my embellishments on. And I'd never thought of using the putty end at all. I don't even know why, because it seems logical now, but I hadn't thought about it at all up until then. I just never used the putty end. I'd never even touched it. And now all of a sudden, this is like my third putty end. I love it. Best tool ever. So there we are. Hopefully you like it. I just thought it was a really quick, when I saw the lady doing it on Instagram, I thought, why have I never thought of doing that? That is such a good idea to actually draw around, and then you can get your own background like we have on some of those other stamp sets. I love it. Right, let's see what everyone's said. I show my hubby, but he's not impressed. I'm going to see my 3 friends on May the 15th. We'll be fully vaccinated by then. So excited. Oh, and you'll be able to craft together. I do miss crafting together. Our team usually has team events as well as on stage and things like that. So we probably meet up every couple of months. And it's now been well over a year since I've seen everyone. I'm really missing everyone. Virtual crafting is nice, but it's not the same, is it? Oh, I'm glad the live videos are distracting, Aniki. I hope you start to feel better. So, there we go. 2 cards. Happy birthday for me now. And hello, happy birthday. Just for anyone whose birthday it is. If you do make a card using this sort of technique, please do go over to Slim and Stylish's Crafty Hangout and pop it in the album. Karen Tilley has put an album up there because strangely, I still can't create an album in that group, and it's my group. I don't understand it. So thanks, Karen. And yeah, if you are watching and you don't have a demonstrator and you like the products, you can purchase them from www.slimandstylish.stampinup.net. And I'm here every Sunday at 4 o'clock. So I'll see you next week. Have a lovely week, everybody. Thank you, Colleen. See you all soon. Bye.